Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Lena. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about all my anticipated releases for 2023. Honestly, I'm super bad at doing this type of list. I'm so bad at learning which books are coming out. I'm really bad. So I'm probably missing so many books that I've said oh my god, I wish it comes out this year. I fucking know. You're free to remind me in the comments below. But I know that I'm forgetting it. So I have a bunch of them, honestly. I'm kind of excited for this year. It feels more promising than 2022. But we'll see. These are actually in an order. From starting in January, finishing November, December, because usually the later dates are not set yet. So yeah, let's just get started. So the first one that I had is Son of Silver Flame Like Night, which has already come out and I already have on audio. But I'm scared because Tammy has DNF'd this. And it was one of her most anticipated releases too. Generation Inspired Fantasy, and I was really excited for it. I don't know anymore. I do have it, so I'll probably just read it next month, or maybe even this month if I have the time. But I have 6 more audiobooks left to listen to, and 2 physical books to read. So I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. Then this one is already on February, but it's the 11th Cycle. This is a dark fantasy inspired by Dark Souls that I'm really excited to read. I tried to ask for a copy, a review copy, but I was too late. I came into the hype of this book really late in the game. And I don't know, there's something about it that really calls to me. It feels like it's going to have a similar vibe to An Altar on the Village Green, which I loved last year. So I have a feeling that I'm going to love this one too. Then we have The Cage of Dark Hours, which is the sequel to The Helm of Midnight, which is I think already one of my favorite books, honestly. I've read it 2 times the same year, which is something that I never do. And I'll probably just read it again and then read the sequel, because I'm just super excited for it. I've been waiting for this one a long time. This is also dark fantasy, and I feel like it's super underrated. I will highly recommend that you check it out. I'm just so excited for this one. For the title, I have no clue what books I'm talking about. I don't know why. A Day of Falling Night is a prequel book to The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, which I think is an excellent author, honestly. I found the hardcover of the Mime Order for super cheap the other day, so now I really want to finish that series and then I'll read A Day of the Fallen. But yeah, I really like the Priory of the Orange Tree. I didn't love it, but I really liked it, so I'm excited. I'm just all for the dragons, honestly. Then The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi, which is another book by the author of City of Brass, which is a series that I don't love, but I don't know, I just really want to read this one. I'm very excited for it, but I also want to try my luck and see if I actually like the author in general, because I didn't feel City of Brass at all. And for every single one of them, you were just oh my god, but it's so political driven. You're lying. No, they were the more soft politics in fantasy that I've read in a long time. And I hate Jin. So it wasn't for me. But I just didn't really enjoy it. Did I get rid of my copies? Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm not seeing that up there. But nah. So I'm really excited for this one. I have high hopes for it, honestly. Then I have Infinity Gate, which is another book by the author of The Girl with All the Gifts, which is a movie that I actually love, but I never read the book. I've never read the book. I also have The Book of Holly, which is another series by him. I read the first book and I was thoroughly disappointed, but I still got the second one to just see. Maybe I wasn't in the mood that day when I read it, but I was planning on rereading The Book of Holly this month, but I don't know if I'll do it because I'm not really feeling it. I started the audiobook and I was really a bit confused. So I don't know. I think I'll get to it next month and then just keep doing what I was doing this month, because I was really happy with me reading. But this is also I don't know if it's space opera, but it's definitely more sci-fi orientated, pure science fiction than the other books, which are more dystopia. So I'm really excited. Then we have Lone Woman, which I don't know why, but I thought it had already come out because I think I saw some people review it. Might be art copies. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that I've already seen people talk about it. Weird, but this is a historical horror fiction book. Well, I put too many words in there. But I do not like historical fiction, but I kind of enjoy historical horror. So I really want to give this one a chance and see if I actually really like it or not. Then the next one, Antimatter Blues. This is the sequel to Mickey 7, which came out last year. And it's a sci-fi book that I actually really enjoyed. It's just like this type of like very low sci-fi that you just read and enjoy. And that's it. Like there's nothing else to it. Like you just read it and enjoyed it. And I believe there's a film being made about the first book. Well, I know there's a film being made about the first book, but I don't know when it's coming out. But yeah, definitely movie material, like 100%. Then of course, Untethered Sky. I don't know how this one is pronounced, honestly. No fucking clue. This is a new book by Fonda Lee, the author of the Green Moon Saga, which is one of my favorite series of all time. And this is actually a novella. I think it's a steampunk. I have no clue what this one is about, honestly, but it's Fonda Lee, so I'm on board with it. I just don't care. I'm just on board with it. Then this one I'm very excited about. The Scourge Between Stars, which is a sci-fi horror book. I think it's a novella, not a book. It's a novella, right? It's a novella. I feel like it's a novella. Yeah, a novella. Fuck. I really want like a full-length novel. Like sci-fi horror feels like so difficult to make for some reason. Like I haven't found like the book. I'm still looking for the book. I love sci-fi horror in movies and games. I'm kind of a scary cat sometimes to play the games, and sometimes I just watch a walkthrough. Maybe, but I just love it so much. It still is so hard to get. Like I want sci-fi horror. Give me more sci-fi horror. But yeah, I just really want to read this one. And I feel like this is kind of a spiritual successor to The Silence, which was the sci-fi horror book of last year. I really hope this one is better. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, the last one, but I didn't love it. So we'll see. I'm not 100% sure of this one, but Master of the Fallen is supposed to come out this year. The third book in the Master of Sorrows series, which is one of my favorite series of all time. I love this series with a passion. Extremely underrated dark fantasy. Like the tag for this one is, what if you were the chosen one for evil? Oh, it's so fucking good. In the first one you have like a magical school. Like dude, I'm so excited. Probably one of my most anticipated releases of the year. Maybe even number one, along with the Emma 1 book, maybe. But I'm so excited for this one. So excited. Then finally we have a Sleight of Shadows, which is the sequel to An Unkindness of Magicians, which is a book that not many people like, even though everyone has heard about it. Not that many people like, but I actually really enjoyed it. And when I heard that it was coming out with a sequel, the author, I was just like, oh my god, I'm so excited. So I'm going to finally get like a copy, because personally I don't like to get physical copies of standalone books, only if I just love them so much. If I don't just completely love them, if I just enjoy it, I won't get a physical copy. I will just listen to it or get like an EPUB and that's it. But just having a book that is not going to be a series just taking up space on my shelves when now I have limited space, it's just super annoying to me. So no, but now that it's a series, I'll buy it physically, basically. Yeah, I'm super excited. It was like a pretty dark, like urban fantasy. I love the magic. I still remember this book, which I've read like 3 or 4 years ago when I started BookTube, or even sooner. I even think that before I started BookTube, and I still think about it. So it was a really good book, in my opinion. Like I know it's not universally shared, but I just really liked it. Oh, this one I'm also quite excited. I don't know what it's about, and I don't plan to look it up, but this is the Sword Defiant, which is by the same author as The Gutter Prayer. And The Gutter Prayer is a super cool dark fantasy. I'm currently reading book 2. I think they're not sequels, like they're companion novels, but I'm reading them. I love them. I love The Gutter Prayer when I read it 2 years ago. So I'm really excited. I think it's dark fantasy. Yes, it's dark fantasy. So yes, I'm so excited. Then my number one book for this year, my number one book, like, I'm sorry to all the authors that I love, but my number one book for this year is the fucking Ferryman. I don't know what it's about. I have no clue, but it's by the same author. It's by Justin Cronin, the same author as The Passage. The Passage is a science fiction dystopia trilogy that blew up my fucking mind when I read it. Like, those books, give me a second. These fucking books are ginormous. I fucked them up. Oh, I fucking love them all. Like, this trilogy was such a huge part of my life when I read it. Like, oh my god, The Passage is still like one of my favorite books of all time. I love it. If it sounds familiar to you, it's because they tried to adapt it to television. It didn't work, and I mean, I get it. I do have to say that it was pretty faithful. Not that much, but the main story with Amy was pretty faithful. There was not that much, but it was very okay. But this book, it's amazing. And I read the third one, this one, in like 2 days. I just couldn't stop. I read like 300 pages in like 2 hours or less. Like, I was a fucking machine back then. But oh my god, this series means so much to me. I fucking love it, especially book one. It's, oh, and it's so beautiful. Look at that. It's amazing, and he's coming out with a new book finally. I'm so excited. You cannot even imagine how excited I am. I already have a pre-order. I just wanted, like, right now. I went ahead and searched for arcs. I think I might send like an email to the fucking like publisher so I can get a fucking copy, because I'm just so excited. So excited. Then another one that has me like pretty interesting. The book that wouldn't burn, the cover came out last week and it's beautiful. This is another book, a new book by Mark Lawrence, which in my opinion hasn't read like a book in a while. I don't know why, but I still need to finish like his books. Book of the Sister is the name. I've read Red Sister and I didn't continue. I was a huge fan of the Prince of Thorns trilogy. I didn't love the sequel trilogy, but I just know those books were peak grim dark fantasy at its time, and I just really liked them. But I've been trying to get into his books again. His sci-fi I didn't like. It was fine, but I just didn't really like it, even though it's related to Dungeons and Dragons, which is something that I quite like. But it just worked. It didn't work for me. So I'm pretty excited to give his books another chance. Not really like another chance. Like, I just want to love his books again, honestly. Then The Will of the Many. Extremely excited for this one too. A new book by James Islington, the author of the Like Kindness trilogy, which is one of my favorite series of all time. Another extremely underrated fantasy series, which a shit ton of mic systems, shit ton of plots, shit ton of characters. It's just fucking amazing. I cannot wait. What is this one about? No clue. I don't need to know. You don't need to know. It's James Islington. We don't care. Then this book, The Gods of Weirdwood by R.J. Barker. I don't know why, but I'm quite intrigued by this one. Have I read anything by this author before? I tried the Bone Ships and I softly DNF'd it. I need to get back into that one and try and finish it. But this one is about a boy with a prophecy and such. And you know what? I love fucking prophecies. I love that trope. It's one of my favorite ones. I cannot help it. Then we have Blood Over Bright Heaven, which is another book published by ML1. I have already read a couple chapters of this because I'm a Patreon for her, so I'm excited. This is Dark Academia, or some type of Dark Academia, and I just cannot wait. I stopped reading them because I just want to read the physical book, and I'm just so excited, man. I'm so excited. Like, Sword Defiant King is one of my favorite books of all time, if not a favorite. But oh, I'm excited. Then He Who Drowned the World. He Who Drowned the World, which is the continuation of She Who Became the Sun. Now, like, the titles are great, but a little bit convoluted, in my opinion. I love that first book. I'm not going to say that it's a modern retelling because it's not. But it's the book that is known for that. That's it. And I'm just really excited. I really liked book one. It got me out of a reading slump, so I'm just really excited for the second one. And then the last ones that I have here is, of course, Something Is Killing the Children. We keep having volumes coming out this year. I already read one for the sequel like the companion series that they have, House of Hunger, and now volume 6 is coming out this year, and I'm super excited. One of my favorite graphic novels of all time, just fucking fantastic. And then the last kind of sequel that I have here is the Ashfire King, which is the sequel to the Stardust Thief, which surprised me a lot last year, and I'm super excited to continue with this series. But yeah, those are all the ones that I have like official dates for. Then of course the last book in the Cradle series is coming out this year, which has me really excited. Also Dreams of the Dying, book 2 is probably coming out this year. I don't know if the continuation of Wings of Strife is coming out this year, but just a heads up, it might be coming out this year. I don't know. Many things might be coming out this year, but I'm so bad at keeping track of them. So please tell me, are you interested in any of these releases? What is your most anticipated release for this year? Just let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.